Hey, welcome to Bitcoin Bytes HQ, simple Bitcoin explainers for everyone. Today, we're breaking down what are Bitcoin private keys and seed phrases, Ownership 101. This is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. Let's go. In 2025, millions of people own Bitcoin, mostly through apps and exchanges. It feels easy. You log in, you see a balance, everything works. Until one day it doesn't. When exchanges like Mt. Gox, Celsius, or FTX failed, people didn't lose Bitcoin because Bitcoin broke. The network kept running. What failed was access, because users didn't control the private keys. Bitcoin doesn't work like a bank. There's no customer support desk built into the system. Ownership is proven by cryptography, not by accounts or passwords. That's where private keys and seed phrases come in. If you understand these two things, you understand Bitcoin ownership at a fundamental level. Today, we're going slow. No jargon, no fear. By the end, you'll know what private keys are, what seed phrases do, and how wallets fit into all of this. Let's start at the foundation.
Let's talk about Bitcoin ownership. When you buy some Bitcoin, where does it actually go? Most people think it's a file that gets sent to an app on their phone or to a little USB-like device, but that's not quite right. The truth is much more interesting. To really understand it, we need to grasp 3 core steps. First, your Bitcoin lives on the blockchain. Always. Imagine the blockchain as a massive public ledger, like a giant digital stone tablet that stretches across the entire globe. Every single Bitcoin transaction that has ever happened is carved into this tablet for anyone to see. Your Bitcoin isn't a file inside your phone or your wallet. It's simply an entry on this global ledger, a public record that says a certain amount of Bitcoin belongs to a specific address. Your phone or computer wallet is just a special window that lets you look at the blockchain and see the balance connected to you. So if it's on a public ledger, how does anyone know which part is yours? This brings us to step 2. Private keys prove ownership. A private key is a very long, very secret number.
Think of it like the one and only physical key to an unbreakable, transparent safe. Everyone can see the safe and what's inside. That's the public part on the blockchain. But only the person who holds the physical key can open it and move what's inside. That key is your proof of ownership. The Bitcoin network doesn't know your name or your face. It only cares about one thing. Was the transaction signed by the correct private key? If it was, the network accepts it as valid. This also means if someone else gets your private key, the Bitcoin network will treat them as the owner. There is no password reset. There is no one to call. The key is the ownership. Now, a long secret number is incredibly difficult for a human to manage. You can't memorize it, and writing it down is risky. This is where step 3 comes in. Seed phrases back up your private keys. To solve this problem, wallet developers created a brilliant system. They take that long, complex private key and convert it into a simple list of 12 or 24 common English words. This list is your seed phrase, sometimes called a recovery phrase.
Think of it as the master blueprint for your private key. Those words in their exact order can be used to perfectly recreate your private key on any compatible wallet, anywhere in the world. This is incredibly powerful. If you lose your phone or your computer breaks, it doesn't matter. You can get a new device, download a wallet, enter your 12 or 24 words, and your Bitcoin is right there, accessible again. But this power comes with immense responsibility. If you lose that seed phrase, there is no recovery. It's gone forever. You must write it down and store it somewhere safe, offline, where no one else can find it. So let's put the 3 pieces together. Your Bitcoin is an entry on the global blockchain. Your private key is the unique tool that gives you control over that entry, and your seed phrase is the ultimate master backup that allows you to recreate that key if you ever lose access to your wallet. Understanding this relationship between the blockchain, your keys, and your seed phrase is the foundation of true financial sovereignty. It's how you take complete control of your own money without needing to ask for permission from anyone. Let's talk about the 4th crucial step in understanding Bitcoin. Wallets manage keys. They don't own Bitcoin. This sounds simple, but it's probably the most misunderstood part of the entire system. Think of your Bitcoin wallet not as a leather billfold you stuff cash into, but as a highly specialized keychain. Its only job is to generate, store, and use your private keys securely. These keys are what allow you to access and spend your Bitcoin on the global ledger. The Bitcoin itself never leaves the blockchain. The keys are simply the proof that you have the right to move it. Now, some wallets, or keychains, give you the master key, a string of 12 or 24 words called a seed phrase. When you have this phrase, you have ultimate control. You can recreate your wallet on any compatible device, anywhere in the world. But some wallets, particularly those on exchanges, don't give you this master key. They keep it for you. If you don't control the seed phrase, someone else controls your keys. This is called a custodial arrangement. You're trusting a custodian, a third party, to hold your keys for you. And this is exactly why the failures of companies like FTX or Celsius were so devastating.
When they collapsed, users saw balances on their screens. They saw numbers that said they owned Bitcoin, but they didn't hold the keys. The companies did. So when the companies went under, access to that Bitcoin went with them. Bitcoin itself didn't disappear. It worked perfectly. The blockchain was fine. But for those users, their ownership disappeared. It was a brutal lesson in the difference between having an IOU and holding the asset itself. This leads to some common and dangerous myths. First myth, my Bitcoin is stored in my wallet. It's not. Only your private keys are in your wallet. The Bitcoin is on the blockchain, a public record. Your wallet is just the tool that lets you sign transactions on that record. It's like saying your email is stored in your phone. No, your phone just holds the password to access your email on a server somewhere else. Second myth, seed phrases are optional. Well, they're only optional if you're comfortable trusting someone else with your money.
If you want to hold your own Bitcoin, to be your own bank, then the seed phrase isn't optional. It's everything. It's the one thing that separates you from needing to ask for permission. And the third, most critical myth, I can just reset my seed phrase later. There is no reset button in Bitcoin. There's no customer service line to call, no forgot my password link to click. If you lose your seed phrase and you don't have a backup, your Bitcoin is gone forever. This isn't a design flaw. It's the core feature that ensures no government, bank, or company can freeze your funds or reverse your transactions. It's what gives the network its strength. When I first started, I wish someone had explained this to me more clearly. I thought convenience meant safety. I left my Bitcoin on an exchange because dealing with seed phrases and private keys felt too technical, too complicated. I was avoiding the responsibility. What I didn't realize back then was that avoiding that responsibility was the single biggest risk I could take. The moment I finally understood that the seed phrase was my key, my title deed, my proof of ownership, everything clicked. Learning about private keys didn't make Bitcoin scarier, it made my ownership real. It's the difference between being a passenger and being the pilot. And in this new financial world, you want to be the one at the controls.
How do you prove you own something you can't touch? In the world of Bitcoin, it's not about a bank or a password. It all comes down to a special secret number called a private key. Think of it as the one and only key to your digital vault. It's a long string of characters that gives you absolute power to spend your Bitcoin. Whoever holds this key controls the Bitcoin. No key, no control. It's that simple. But what if you lose that complex key? It's gone forever. That's why you have a backup plan, the seed phrase. This is a list of 12 or 24 simple words, like apple, river, table. This phrase is your master key that can recreate your private key from scratch. It's your ultimate safety net. So where does your wallet fit in? Here's a crucial point. Your Bitcoin isn't in your wallet. Your coins live on the blockchain, a global public ledger. Your wallet is just a tool, like a keychain, that securely stores and manages your private keys, letting you interact with your funds. This brings us to the most important part, protecting that seed phrase. Your entire digital wealth depends on it. This is not something you save in a photo on your phone or a note in the cloud. It must be written down physically and stored offline. Think fireproof safes or multiple secure locations. For extra security, some wallets support a passphrase, often called a 25th word. This is a custom password you add. but be warned, it adds risk. If you forget that passphrase, your Bitcoin is locked away forever, even with your seed phrase. This feature is powerful, but not for everyone. So, quick recap. Private keys prove ownership, seed phrases back them up, and wallets manage the keys, not the Bitcoin. Here's one tiny next action. Check whether you personally control your wallet's seed phrase, and if you do, store it safely offline. And one last time, naturally, this is not financial advice. That's it. You now understand what are Bitcoin private keys and seed phrases. Ownership 101. If this helped, smash like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell. Drop your biggest takeaway in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. See you in the next one.